Let me say something that the authorities will not like to hear and nobody is willing to say. Any crime at the highest level that happens consistently for many years like that, unchecked, the authorities are always involved. Let's say it the way it is, except we are fooling ourselves. The crude oil theft that's been going on for so many years, they don't steal them with jerry cans. I hope you know that. Where they hide them behind them, the boot of a car and smuggle them. They are smuggled with barges on the sea, high sea, with tanks and barges, with ships. I hope you know that. But you have a Nigerian Navy that patrols our sea. And so what happens? You have the SSS that's also keeping an eye on that. You have all kinds of agencies that also patrol our sea, the high seas. So where are they when these barges come in, load crude, and go out? So why are we fooling ourselves that we don't know that the authorities or those law enforcement agents are involved in this and they make appropriate returns to certain persons in certain quarters? Why is it difficult for us to say it?
Hold it there, Keyamo. Hold it there. I have had enough. I have had enough of your nonsense. You can imagine. So this is it. These were all the things you continually said, you and your cronies, just to remove Goodluck Bello Jonathan from government and get your way to Aso Rock. Immediately you got to Aso Rock, all this sense diminished. All this wisdom vanished. And all this point and understanding got erupted. And evaporated. You can imagine. 8 years after, are you proud of these things? And this is the point. I have always said it. APC used propaganda to remove Jonathan from government and sold themselves to Nigerians, right? Only to get to office and continually use propaganda to govern us. Whereas they had no master plan, no agenda. It's so funny that some of you on social media claiming that Buhari has been doing things. See, you don't judge a man success without understanding the potential of the resources available to the man. That's the point. Go and check anywhere. I'm not saying this to suit my narrative. You only look at it, for example, when people say they are underemployed, it is because of the fact that their potentials or their resources, maybe in skills or in certificates, are not being utilized in the place of work. Maybe they have had to surrender, they have had to reduce, they have had to what's that word? Condescend, so that they can be able to function, so that they can be able to live. That's what underemployment means. And so this country, for example, you are judging. Are you judging Buhari's government? Tying roads at this point. What was the agenda that Goodluck Bello Jonathan was performing that APC said they were going to change? What were the things that were said before getting into Aso Rock? Those are the things you should use. Don't come and tell me that they gave Niger Bridge, that they didn't even start. The third road. You are naming infrastructures. No refinery was built. These were the things they used in campaign in 2014 to 2015. That will have workable refineries. $1 to $1, even if that was laughable, right? $1 to $1. That will start having stoppage in the stealing of oil in this country. But unfortunately, the oil heist that happened in Buhari's government has been the highest in the history of this country. It's only a few months to the end of your government. You have gone to hand over the supervision, monitoring, coordination, security of our oil pipelines to an individual, a civilian, to do. And then we're already hearing shenanigans display everywhere. They are using video cameras to follow the go and no arrest has been made. Nobody's in court, nobody's in jail for anything. And you say we are stupid. We are not stupid. And now people are still quoting this Festus Keyamo, this shameless Festus Keyamo, now in this government. The same thing, the same picture, the same words. So I'm asking, what exactly did Buhari do? What was the achievement of you have been a minister in this government? So when these guys want power, they say anything they like. They say anything they like. They criticize the government. You condemn the Navy. You condemn the SSS. And now how? Now the SSS is now even becoming a body of trying to stop political things, looking for social media influences and people who are in the opposition for them to arrest. No intelligence whatsoever. Thank God for Showore that came to expose them. said that when he was in detention, they were watching Big Brother Nigeria, and they were playing Ludo, playing chess, and gossiping in the offices. And the intelligence unit in this country, President has agreed that the terror in this country is fueled by his government. He has agreed. He said it in the video, even though he used it to campaign against Jonathan. But it's not obvious now. Let's keep deceiving yourself. Let's keep deceiving ourselves. I've even stopped what has changed. That's not, these guys are perpetual liars. They do not have any plans. You say government that you are being with all this assumed sense. You got to power nothing. You watch the full video. Please watch it and share this video. Let it go viral.
You know, now that we're talking about all of this, I wanted us to look at the efforts of the security agencies, because we have to tie this to those loose funds which you highlighted earlier on before the break, and also see if we can have any kind of correlation with the stolen oil, you want to call it, crude oil theft and all of that, because there's no doubt that the terrorists or those who have waged war against the country have some funds from somewhere.
Look.
So we're trying to look at stolen oil, look at some of these funds that just pop up somewhere when we least suspect.
Let me say something that the authorities will not like to hear and nobody is willing to say. Any crime at the highest level that happens consistently for many years like that, unchecked, the authorities are always involved. Let's say it the way it is, except we are fooling ourselves. The crude oil theft that's been going on for so many years, they don't steal them with jerry cans. I hope you know that. Where they hide them behind the boot of a car and smuggle them. They are smuggled with barges on the sea, high sea, with tanks and barges, with ships. I hope you know that. But you have a Nigerian Navy that patrols our sea. And so what happens? You have the SSS that's also keeping an eye on that. You have all kinds of agencies that also patrol our sea, the high seas. So where are they when these barges come in, load crude, and go out? So why are we fooling ourselves that we don't know that the authorities or those law enforcement agents are involved in this, and they make appropriate returns to certain persons in certain quarters? Why is it difficult for us to say it?
But there's also a possibility that, look, if we turn the other way, these funds could be used to fund or destabilize the country.
Absolutely, I agree entirely with you. So we have a problem where it is corruption in high places that is clearly funding the activities of Boko Haram. Because it is not me and you guarding our little one kobo to give to these terrorists. It's not me and you. The monies are coming from high places. So they should check themselves. Well, unfortunately, we are the victims. How can a crime be going unchecked consistently for 6 years now? Bombs are exploding, people are dying, innocent lives are being wasted, lives and limbs are going, and then you are telling me that you cannot, with all the paraphernalia of security at your disposal? What are you telling me? And then you see offensive adverts on television. You play it all the time. By 10 o'clock, saying that Americans stood behind their president when 9/11 happened. So stood behind. Stood behind what? Did 9/11 happen 2-3 times in a year? Was it an isolated incident, and after that they rallied around their president and they changed their border control policies, changed everything? How many terrorist activities have happened since then in America, since 9/11?
What should we change?
It was not one or two isolated. The Boston Marathon thing, immediately they caught the people the next day, remember? Between 2 days, 24 and 48 hours, they rounded up those Boston Marathon bombers. Immediately. Because that is how to stand behind the president, because you must have reciprocal action on the part of government. But here, you are saying to stand behind you until you kill me. Stand behind you how? When this thing has been happening consistently for 6 years, unchecked? Each time it's just like you photocopy the same statement, you come out, you condemn it and say Nigerians be watchful and be careful. When it happens, you condemn the incident. The next day it happens, you condemn the incident and tell us to be watchful. And people are dying.
What would you
and
want?
we are not seeing practical, you are not stopping it.
Mr. Keyamo.
This was what APC continually said. And this is what we are saying. Please listen to the voice of reasoning. It's not even enough to say vote wisely, vote without B. That's the word. Forget about these shenanigans. These guys have, after 7 years, some of you are going to be my comment section now, claiming that Buhari has done, APC has done well. I'm saying it to you. You are going to only judge a man's capacity to say he succeeded by the resources and the potentials. What are the potentials of this country? What are the resources available to this country? And what did APC promise to do for us as a country? Which of them have they fulfilled? Which of the agenda that Buhari promised that he has fulfilled? We are not buying into private individual refinery system. When we have 4 refineries that are not working, from last check, none of them is producing up to 30% of our usage. As I talk to you now, you couldn't privatize them. Our power system has gone. We have had over 8 collapse of our make we rest on this country. And then somebody is saying that Buhari has done well, they should continue with power. Share this video as well. Share it. Let it get to Keyamo and the rest of the APC guy. What changed? What did you not know that time? Now you got to power. The same you that Fashola said same thing. That power will be solved in 6 months. Tony Momo, yes, said that they should stone them if they don't work after 6 months. Till today, this is almost 8 years. Nothing is working. Nothing. We are worse than we were before. God forbid bad thing. God forbid APC. Want to share the video?